아가씨.
아저씨 이게 뭐야?
안녕.
So after like 2 weeks, we are finally back with Running Man.
Yay.
Yeah. So
We're on a break?
yeah,
Not because we were on a break, but because Running Man was
Running
on a break.
Man on a break. So today we just finished Running Man episode 4, 5, 8. And this one is showing that they were going to have some singers, legendary singers or so like that, to come and pretty much help Running Man get them training, vocal trainings for the Running Man song that they were doing. Pretty much something like that, but they don't really show that. I think it's just playing some games and not really hinting towards that that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it's more about actually these these guests that are coming. They're going to be collaborating with the Running Man members to make a song, or write some lyrics, or help them develop some more lyrics into their song. Because as you guys do know, the Running Man did their episode about the song and stuff, but
and
then
they got to pick words to use and everything like
but
that.
then they didn't like write the song. So I think this episode is gonna be the episode where the members get to collaborate with other singers and write songs.
Yeah. So for our guest, we have Gummy, the legendary ballad singer. She's here, and then we have Nuksol, and we also have Kundis. Is it Kundis? And then the band Sorang and A-Pink.
Yes.
So they are going to be joining the Running Man for this week's episode, and next week's episode. So it's a 2-part episode, so they are with Running Man 2 times. So let's see, it started off with because last week we got a little bit preview of the Running Man members like singing, standing in front of these 4 doors with some instruments around them, and they are told there are some singers coming. And then this week they finally got to introduce them, and it started off where they only get 2 questions. The Running Man members are only allowed to ask 2 questions for the singer behind the door, and the singers, they start off singing a little bit for them, and then they try to guess who it is, and then they ask 2 questions, and then they get to pick their guess. So the guest is gonna throw the ball, and only 2 members can catch the ball, and the 2 members is with the guest.
Yes. So the Running Man members were not notified who were the guests that were coming, and Running Man didn't really promote this episode. They didn't really show who was coming. They didn't put any sort of like, hey, so and so are coming. So it made it where this episode was really a just like natural reaction from the members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they were filming more indoors and away from everyone in like secluded area where people can't see. That's why we didn't know that certain people were here. Yeah. So like the first door, which the guest threw the ball, Kim Jung-kook, first Kwon-soo intercepted and took the ball for Kim Jung-kook, and then Kwon-soo and Kim Jung-kook took it, and then it came out to be Gummy. So it was Kwon-soo and Gummy who got to pair with her, but they were told that this is not the final team yet, so it has not decided that this is your team. It's going to change throughout the missions they play, which Kwon-soo worries because they're gonna swap him out, because she initially wanted Kim Jung-kook instead.
Yeah, so it almost looks like, after they did some interviews and stuff, it almost looked like she wanted Kim Jung-kook and Haha.
Yeah.
Because she didn't talk about how she wanted to collaborate with Haha before. So Kwon-soo kind of just stole the thunder and slick move by him.
Yeah. And then the second group was, the second door was the Nuksol and Cold I can't say his name. I'm like Cold Concert, like something.
Cold
Kundis.
Kunst.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they wanted what Sepse.
Yeah. So they wanted Seb and Haha. They were obviously joking around because they were joking around with the members, but they clearly wanted Seb and Haha just because
And
those two guys, they felt that those two guys were more of their style of music making.
yeah, and they threw the ball, Haha caught it, and then when they threw the second one, the members kept talking, and then Jihu caught it instead.
Yeah, so the members kept talking, and they got the attention of Seb, and he turned around.
No, that was the third door.
Oh.
The first door was, the second door was, they kept talking. They were just like, look, all
That's
of them
right.
were looking around, and the ball flew right up, and Jihu just caught it. And so Jihu got to be with them. And then they came out, and they were like, oh, Nuxo is known to be Jihu.
Jihu's twin.
Jihu's twin. He's known to be Jihu's twin.
I can't believe it happened. They were able to. They got him. And he was like, oh my god! She was like, whoa!
And then they tell him, this is how you would look like when you're 40. Because she is 40, she's gonna be 40. Yeah,
Oh,
and then
shit.
they're like, this is how you're gonna look like when you're 40. And they show some pictures that, like, when he's out public, and then people think it's Jihu, that, oh, what is she doing hanging out with a bunch of guys? But it's actually him. And so they get the two of them confused. And then, Cole, the code guy, he's known to look like Kwang Soo, which at first he took it really offended because it was his mother who told him that looked like Kwang Soo, and then he goes, but afterwards my mother told me don't take it offended, like don't be offended, but that I said that, and Kwang Soo was like, why do you have to say it so angry, like you hate looking like me or resembling me?
So his mom is a fan of Kwang Soo.
Yeah, you can tell.
She is happy that her son looks like Kwang Soo.
Yeah. And then the third door was Sorang, and then they're gonna reveal both of it at the same time. And so the third door was Sorang, and they also wanted Sepset. And then because of Sepset's singing pitch they heard earlier, and so they they threw the ball, and Sepset got interrupted by got distracted by Haha. So what is it? Somin caught it instead, and then they threw. The second ball, and this Jisoo caught it instead. And so now for the A Pink, they made it where they were like, oh, they asked, is there anyone you don't want? They're like, Sukjin. And so they're like, who do you want? They're like, Sechan. And so they put Sechan in front, and they put Sechan in the back, and they said that, oh, you know, Sechan is in the front, so throw the ball. Okay, Sechan is in the back. They're, okay, so they threw the ball in the front, and then Sechan caught it. They threw the second ball, and then Sepset caught it. And when they opened both doors and came out, Sona came out, and Jae-suk and Soman got them, and then A-Pink, the whole group came out, and it was Sukjin and Sepset, and they're so happy, but they're like MG was like, but I don't want him. Like, we're gonna get rid of him. And when like they were told that, oh, don't worry, the teams are not set yet, you guys can still change them. And MG's like, yeah.
The members were all like, good boy. The male members were like, what? Why did you guys tell us? We don't want to with them. The guy, even the other guys were like, we want to be with them too. We don't want.
Like, can we be with them? And then they did some performance. We got to see them do some performance, answering some questions. So it was a lot of them being introduced and asking questions. And this is the first time for the band Sorang to be shown publicly, like
together.
Yeah. Before it was always Yongbae who was the main vocalist, and so he's always showing up on TV shows and everything like that. So the team has never appeared before. So it's the first time the team is actually appearing together. And like how Jisoo said, all of them look so ordinary except for Yongbae, who is the main vocalist.
So you can, after seeing how all the members came out, you can kind of see like there's a genre essence to this episode, that they have ballad with Gummy, they have the rapping and hip hop, and then they have the
bass
indie style and blues type of songs with Sora, and then you have pop with A-Pink. So they I think what's gonna happen is the members are gonna get to decide which genre they want to go with.
Yeah, turn their song.
Yeah,
into.
which genre they want to turn their song to, because I think that's what they're doing here, is allowing the members to kind of get to see which style they want to go with.
Yeah. So they did a very long interview, and we only got to see them play one game, which they took very, very long to play because a lot of them were having difficult times understanding, and a lot of them were having very little vocabulary, and so they had a very difficult time trying to play the Kunkuntan game and everything. So they started off making the Kunkuntan game where they give the letter to the first person, and the first person has to sing 2 lines of it from 2 different songs. And then after saying that, whichever the last song they sing, whichever letter they end with, the next person starts the Kunkuntan one, and they have to say 2 words connecting it, and then the last person has to say it too. So it was so long and it was so confusing that they did not understand it and they did not get past it. And it was only Eunji who keeps getting past the first round because she sung it, you know. Eunji and Gummy, they're the only 2 that keep getting it past, but their members didn't get it past. So they swapped it to where we're just gonna do the Kunkuntan.
Yeah.
But you guys are gonna play in 4 people instead, and the last word has to end with a food. So the word has to be a food, a type of food or something like that, a food. And so they, even though they swapped it to like that, like some of the members in Ink Pink were still showing vocabulary. Oh, I forgot her name, but is it
Tongpa.
Is it Hayong or is it Chongrong? She was like,
Chongrong, I think.
Yeah, one of them. She was just like, Tongpa. And I'm like, Tongpa doesn't exist. Bamboo rice exists, but not Tong rice. They're like, what the hell is Tong rice? And then you get Haha's team where
They be putting Jihyo and
Cold Kundis together.
No, Cold Kundis, he was last, but they kept putting
Jihyo.
Nuksang next to
Noksa and Jihyo together.
Yes, and they kept screwing it up. That Haha and Cold Kundis couldn't even get their turns.
But even when they got to it, Cold Kundis was just like, because he didn't even understand what was going on. He was like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Iron Man, Chomin PD, him and his crew got really into making these games, and I think they made this one a little bit too hard. I'm pretty sure the next filming episodes that are coming, they're probably going to scale back on it, just because the thing is, a lot of people in general are not really witty.
Yeah.
And it takes a very special talent to be witty enough to be able to come up with certain things to say. Hence why Jae-suk, Haha, they're in the class of their own. Whereas all the other members, you know, they have their on and off days. And so I think when the fact that Chomin PD, they mixed, and the Ready Man team, they mixed 3 games essentially into one, it made it a little too difficult because most of these members, or most of these people, are not witty enough to last to do that game.
Like, the members are used to it. They're used to it.
Right.
They play it. They understand it, because there are episodes where it's only them, you know. So they're used to it. They understand it. They get it. They play it. But there are some members like who has short vocabulary words, or who don't play these stuff because they don't socialize as much, or they're so focused on work they don't have time to understand the trend and everything. So they do have a very hard time. Like Cold Kundis was like saying how like I haven't been out since spring. So he's been inside for 3 months.
Yeah, just working.
Just working
on his craft and making his music.
And then it's his first time appearing on a show, and like he's finally outdoor since summer started.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been outdoors since spring. And so coming out, he dressed in a leather jacket where he was burning. and
when Pink started dancing, he
was so happy, and he's
took it off.
He's like telling Jihyo, it's my first time seeing them, and Jihyo's like, what the like, wow. Yeah, so they took a very long time playing Kukuntas, and the people who there's two teams who would place first place and second place, and what they would do is pick cards. And this is the part where I don't understand.
Yeah,
I got confused.
So there's 3 cards.
2 type of cards.
Yeah, I mean there's 2 type of cards, and so one card is to now this is the winning teams. They could switch members with other teams, and so one card says switch one member, and the other card says switch both members. But when the members, when 3 of the group members pick the card, whichever card is the minority, so whichever one is the least picked one that got picked up, is the decision that the team's gonna go with. So either they're gonna switch one, or they're gonna switch both. Or if they all pick the same card, then they don't switch at all. And so the team of Gummy, Kim Jong-kook, and Kwon Soo, they won first place. And so they went to pick their card, and Kim Jong-kook tried to trick Kwon Soo into picking switch one, and then still make the choice to say to Gummy that we're going to pick switch 2. And so Kwon Soo, being smart enough to know, because he's been abandoned a lot of times by people in Running Man, he's smart enough to know how Kim Jong-kook's mentality is. And so he picked swap 2, and they picked swap 2, and so they stayed the same. And they had to lie to Kwon Soo.
They had like Kwon Soo like, oh, we didn't want to change. You guys scared me. Like, you guys are gonna abandon me. And like throughout the mission, playing the Kunkuntan, like A-Pink wanted to win so bad. Like said, A-Pink, let's win and get rid of the old stone. Like Sukjin go, yeah. Eunji go, yeah, get rid of the old stone. Yeah, get rid of the old stone.
And so
they wanted to get rid of Sukjin so bad.
And don't get us wrong. There's a reason why A-Pink wants to get rid of Sukjin. Okay, it's because at the end of the day, when you're talking about song collaboration, Sukjin is very not with the times in terms of music making. I understand he has a radio show, and he's very good at interviewing people. He's very with the times in terms of how to ask questions and stuff, but he's not with the times in terms of how to make music. So
if they're gonna try to make a music with him, they need someone like Jae-suk and Sepset, who's really into idol stuff, who understands the idols trend that they're all going through, like different type of idol group. So they needed someone like Haha, Sepset, and Kwon Soo or Jae-suk. Those 4 are the one within the trend of it. So they needed to swap Sukjin out to get someone with them, because they wanted to keep Sepset. And so they were going to swap. They were going to choose to pick the 1 card, but Sukjin ended up being the only one who picked the 2 card. And being the minority who makes the decision, he ended up picking 2 cards, which both Sepset and Sukjin got swapped out. So they end up, A-Pink end up taking, before they swap, Sepset goes, hell no, swap me with Sora team. If I join them, I'm gonna end up being ordinary like them.
I'm gonna look ordinary like them.
And they end up swapping Jae-suk for Sepset, and Sepset joins Sorang, taking his cap off. He makes it. And then they took Sukjin and swapped out Haha, and then Nakso and Kundus was like, we don't want Sukjin. We actually want him. So they're like,
temporary only.
It's only temporary.
I'll come back.
And so we end with the swap like that for this episode, and next week shows us them playing more games, like more water game, more other intense game and everything like that. And we do see that Kwon Soo is in a different team now. He ends up in A-Pink's team.
So he ends up in A-Pink's team. So the members do get swapped around, and it doesn't really make sense what's going to be happening at the end, how the episode's going to end for the next one. But it is very nice to see that they're bringing back water games, just because I think water games are one of Running Man's bread and butter games.
Water game and mud flat.
They won't do mud flat for me. It's too dirty.
I think they learned that from the 2 p.m. incident. They saw so much shirt to the point where they had to wear a plastic bag.
I think it was the one with Girls' Generation. The Running Man members got so dirty They start ripping each other's
Yeah, but
clothes
that
off.
episode. Yeah, but still, like. But that was only one. Like for the 2 p.m.
You
they
three.
stay over
You
there.
three. Stay over there. Where? What?
You guys can hear us from.
Pulling your shirt down. Whoa, why? Motherfucker. You in your underwear.
You guys remember that episode where Girls' Generation came, the whole group, and Kwonsu, Jaesu, and Ha started fighting, and they pulled Jaesu's underwear, and it was orange, and they were fighting in the mud. That's what we're talking about. But I'm thinking about the 2 p.m. one because they played the first game, they ripped so many of their shirt. The second game, they ripped more of their shirt. The third game was mud fight where Jason ended up just putting on a yellow plastic bag. Like Chansung's shirt was ripped, Woo Young's was ripped. They were all ripped, and they were just like, "Yeah, boy!" And Sucha was just like, "Give me 4 blue plastic bags." They ended up being
But
like
yes,
that.
so
Yeah.
we're very happy that Running Man's back. They had gone on a week break, a week hiatus due to political events that were happening. So
With them going on break, it screws up our schedule.
yeah,
Like,
but now
yeah.
now they're back. Schedule's back on, and we're excited to see how this episode's gonna finish because, as you all know, this one's gonna lead to Running Man them developing their song.
Yeah. And a little heads up, we already seen it after next week's episode where it ends with all the singers joining them. Gummy's husband, Joel Jung-suk, is coming to promote his new movie with Yoo In-na. So he's going to be coming in episode 460. So he has come in the past before with Dio from EXO promoting their movie, which is like their brother movies. And then now he's coming back to promote his movie again too. So we got to see his wife for these next 2 weeks episode, and then we get to see him.
Yep.
Yeah, but that is it for this week's Running Man episode. We will see you guys next week to see what will happen between Running Man's and the singers. All right, bye bye.
See you guys.
정도로 도움이 됩니다. 2번이었습니다.
He's just fucking laughing. Loyal thought.
저는 본인이 보시는 쪽에 오른쪽에.
네, 김정국 씨 어디 계세요?
저 김종국입니다. 제일 멀리. 멀리. 자,
Everybody's gonna run those.
갈게요.
Kwonsu.
You're not supposed to move?
Kwonsu, intercept! Yeah! Okay!
선생님 어디 계시죠?
받아서 갔어요.
아, 받으셨나요?
네.
알겠습니다. 선생님 계산을 치고
왜 그래 가는 거야?
Yes! Gina's like, I just want to see who they are now.
어디서 좀 진행을 하셨네. 이거 MC 딩동 아닌가?
Gina, you got it! Yeah!
Poor siblings!
자, 일단 두 분 모셔볼게요.
Oh no!
아, 진짜.
Oh! I thought that was you, but it's not you. Look, they swapped their hats.
아, 진짜 닮았다. 힙합팀 쪽에서 또 굉장히. 아, 진짜 센스있네요. 힙합팀 쪽이 약간 이겨줍니다. 아니,
우와.
오늘 진행을 두 분이. 안 되지. 오늘 운동이 최고야.
He already,
Oh, don't
he already start trying to cheat. 끝났어.
천천히 가, 천천히. 자, 이제 애기한테. 자, 몰아내자, 몰아내. 자, 몰아내자, 몰아내. 완벽한데 지금? 재석이 뭐 그대로인데? 바꿨어? 지금 면허하고 바꿨어요. 마드마 있다. 중도 와서
It doesn't know the rules.
그렇게 연습하더니 혹시 지금 기가 막히게 끝낼 준비하고 아니 그러니까 들어가. 일단 들어가. 아니야.
I thought I'm not magic.
시작. 쿵쿵단 쿵수.
코코타리.
아 쿵쿵다리 쿵수는 뭐야?
I'm paused like the look.
무서워라죠. 진지해.
You gonna do? We're gonna get rid of him.
행복지.
햄봉지?
뭔가요?
햄봉지. 행복해. 햄봉지.
근데 나는 이 팀으로 가기 싫은 게 저는 저기 피하고 싶어요.
You join this team.
저서 있으면 세션이란 말이야. 너 누구랑 나랑 소민 둘 중에 하나를 그쪽으로 보내야 돼요.
전소민 여자잖아요.
오케이 유재석. 아 내가 오케이. 내가
Yeah.
What if Sessa has to change? Cause Sessa had the.
다행이네. 이거 봐.
Cause Sessa picked like what she picked.
Uh-huh.
The minority don't get to lead.
Yeah.
Ah.
빨리 봐. 너 여기 모자 안 쓰고 여기.